I'm so sorry that this awful thing happened to you. I'm sure he's in a better place. It will be okay. It was so selfish of him to do that, and everyone knows it. One day, you'll see how this makes you a stronger and better person. All these things were said to me when I was grieving, believing that it was comforting. But the weird thing is, it wasn't. Did you know most of what people say to someone who is grieving isn't comforting at all? My name is Bridget Park. In 2008, my beloved brother, Austin, shot himself. I was only 12 when I saw his dead, bleeding body on the floor. As you can imagine, this changed my family's life forever. I used to imagine us in high school together, and how on the way to school, we would talk about friends and share our days with each other. I counted on him as a companion at home or wherever we went, but I never thought for one moment that those days would be gone. As much as I'd like to, I can't relive that day and change Austin's mind about what he did. My brother is gone forever. Days after his death, I noticed people were treating my family and I as if we were from a different planet. Now, instead of being that picture-perfect family, we were now that family whose son and brother committed suicide. They automatically assumed that he was mentally ill or troubled, and that my parents had raised us in a corrupt household, when that was not the case at all. He was popular and handsome, and everyone loved him, and no one will ever know why he committed suicide. People walked on eggshells around us like we were going to break at any moment. Yes, we were fragile, but what most people didn't know was that we were already broken. There wasn't anything left to break. My brother is gone forever. Have you ever noticed how death isn't talked about often? Death is the skeleton in the closet that nobody wants to bring out. It makes us uncomfortable. This is why it is always awkward when talking to someone who is grieving. We just don't know what to say. It is our natural reaction to say, "I'm sorry," because we really do feel terrible for what happened to them. But like I said before, this is not comforting. So, this is what I've learned. I've learned that what most people said to me when I was grieving made me feel worse, even though they didn't mean to. For example, when people would say, "I'm sorry," or "I'm sorry for your loss," it made me wonder, why are you sorry for something you didn't do? I already feel broken and empty. Don't feel sorry for me and treat me differently. I understand it is our natural reaction to say, "I'm sorry," but this does not comfort me. Another response I heard a lot is, "I'm sure he's in a better place." I will always believe that the best place for my brother to be is here with me on this earth. Yes, it is nice to believe that he is in heaven, but I will always wish that he was still here with me. And one of the worst things people said to me was, "It was so selfish of him to do that." I don't want anyone to ever believe that my brother was selfish. He wasn't, and no one will ever know why he committed suicide. And why would anyone ever tell me, "One day you'll see how this makes you a stronger and better person"? I'm grieving. I don't want to think of the life ahead without my brother. I'm stuck and in shock with a new reality. When someone is grieving, they can barely focus on the here and now, let alone the future. I can't tell you how many times someone said hurtful or offensive about my brother's death that made me feel worse unintentionally. Honestly, at that point, there wasn't anything anyone could say that could comfort me. But we all want to be comforted when we are grieving. So, what should someone say to me? What would make me feel better? This is what would have made me feel better. "Hi, Bridget. It's so nice to see you back at school. I have so many great memories of your brother. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. I know you miss him too. Hey, what are you doing this weekend?" This is what would have made me feel better because she acknowledged my brother's death without pity, and she made me feel normal by asking me what I was doing this weekend. Another simple example of how someone can make me feel comforted is just simply giving me a hug and saying that they were there for me. You've all had the opportunity to comfort someone, and you will have that opportunity again. My challenge for you is to think about the way you comfort someone and to be more aware of the impact you really do have on them. The way you comfort someone can make a big difference on how they feel. Thank you.